Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial on ClickUp for students. Are you feeling like you're constantly juggling deadlines, assignments, and group projects? Well, you're not alone. ClickUp is a powerful yet intuitive project management platform that can transform how you organize your academic life. Think of it as your personalized command center for everything school-related. In this tutorial, we'll explore how ClickUp can help you break down big assignments into manageable steps, set reminders for crucial deadlines, collaborate seamlessly with classmates on group work, keep all your notes and resources in one easily accessible place, and ultimately help you to stay on top of everything from daily tasks to long-term projects. Are you ready? Let's dive right in. At the very top of ClickUp's website, you can see the Get Started and it's free. Now, of course, you don't need your credit card to start, and we can simply go ahead and click on the sign up option. Now, right here, in order to sign up, you'll need to put in your email. So let's go ahead and click on enter your work email. So now we have our email. We're going to click on next. And then we've been taken to this page. We prefer to use the continue with Google option as this makes things easier. So we're going to click on continue with Google, and this will bring up a pop-up where we'll need to choose an email to be using. Now, of course, you could choose the first email which you selected. That's what we're going to be doing. Click on continue to confirm, and then we'll be taken to this page. Here, you have to choose what you'd like to use ClickUp for: work, personal, or school. We'll be choosing school because we're using ClickUp for students, right? Then you have what would you like to manage? Then we can go ahead and choose personal use. How did you hear about us? You can choose YouTube, and then you get the chance to invite people to your workspace. This could be other workmates in your group in case you're into a research or something similar. And after doing that or clicking on done, you will be taken to this page. Do you use any of these tools? So you'll need to look through and see which of these tools will be coming handy. For example, I imagine we'll be using Google Drive or Dropbox. So you can go ahead and choose which are applicable. You could also use Excel. And after selecting all that applies, you can go and click on next. Here also asks which features you are interested in trying. Now, all of these steps are focused on helping personalize your experience based on your answers. So you just have to follow through to the end to help ClickUp improve your experience. So for students, we have tasks and projects. We'd like to use time tracking. We might want to ask AI for questions or research, and maybe docs and wikis. Of course, you could go ahead and choose calendar or any other options. So we'll be putting that. We'll be choosing also scheduling. That looks good to help us schedule our work. Then go ahead and click on automations and click on next. Now, this is just a preference for this tutorial. You'll need to go ahead and choose what applies to you, of course. Click on next. So here we have Chris Will's workspace, and we can click on finish. Of course, you could go ahead and change the name of this workspace, but we'll be leaving Chris Will's workspace. Go ahead and click on finish. So here we are finally here in our dashboard, and you can see at the top, my name, Chris Will's workspace, and that's the name we gave our workspace. And in order for us to understand how you can use it as a student, you'll need to understand the 4 basic concepts. You'll need to understand the ClickUp hierarchy. You'll also need to understand how you can manage your work with tasks, then how to customize your views for better viewing, and also collaborate with your team with the inbox. Of course, there are other little bits of information we'll be passing along, but all this information will help you as a student to make a success of managing your projects. Now, starting with hierarchy. Well, the hierarchy is how ClickUp organizes its work, and it's categorized in spaces. Now, inside spaces, you can create a number of spaces depending on the subject or the project. For example, if we want to create a space called math, right? And then we're going to give a description, math-related projects. And then you can decide to make this private or keep it open. Then you can click on continue. And then, of course, you're going to choose how you want your workflow to be. And we're going to leave it on starter. And then we can have the view, as you can see right here. We're going to click on create space. And there you have moth. So you can keep on adding more spaces, and underneath this space, you can have your lists. And in lists, you can have your to-do list and also other accomplishments right here. So if we go over to the first team space, which is what we had before, we're going to be using it because it's already populated. Now you can see team space and you have projects. But when we click on the team space again, you can see your projects here, project 1, to do, project 2, to do, in progress, and stuff like that. Now, of course, you could simply have a number of tasks, task 1, 2, 3, or you could add more tasks, and you could actually come over here to rename it, click on the rename button right there, and call task 1 research, task 2, you could call this analysis, right? Or of course, you could just simply name it research analysis without the task. It's just to help you understand that these are different stages of your assignment, which you might want to take in order to have your work done. Now, if you're working in a group, you will need to invite others, as we had the option to earlier, and you could click on the plus icon right here in case you didn't invite others before. Now you can click on invite people via mail, or you can simply assign this to yourself, right? So there you have it. And then after you've done this for research, you will need a due date. You could put a due date sometime in the future. You could say 10th of May. So we've chosen a due date for May 10th. And then the priority, you could click on it if you want to make it urgent, high, normal, or low. So we can say this is a high priority. And then you can repeat the process for each of these steps. Now, as students, if you've delegated different tasks to different students, you could have different assignees to these columns. And then, of course, you want to put due dates and priorities. So we've just talked about tasks, and now would like to talk about customizing your view. And you can see at the top here, you can see overview, board, list, calendar, Gantt table, and you could add another view. Now, if we go over to board, say we want to switch this to board, you can see the first to-do task is research and you have analysis. So if you keep having other tasks, you're going to have them as a list right here. And then as you move them, you're going to take them from to-do to progress. And then after moving them to progress and they're making progress and they're completed, you can take them over to complete. So this actually helps you to see things better if you prefer looking at things from a board. Then if you want to view it in the calendar mode, you're going to be having a calendar basically, and this is going to show you where things are. Then you have the Gantt chart. Then of course you have the table view, and this is going to show you your task in the table view. And personally, in my case, I like board, and the list option helps me to see things even better. So that's how you get to customize your views, by basically choosing which of the options best suit your needs. The Overview tab shows you everything at a glance also, but it's focused on your activities, documents, bookmarks, and different folders. As you can see, we have project right here, and we clicked on it, and you can see project 1, project 2, and you can see the progress of this project. So when we go back to our list view, we're back to where we started. Now, if you want to collaborate with your team using the inbox feature, you can go over to the inbox and click on it at the top left corner right here. And this is where you'll be getting all your messages from your teammates and any information that they send to you. Basically, this is your correspondence, and they're categorized into important, other, snooze, or cleared. There is also a filter here in case you want to search for specific information right here in your inbox. Then on the left side panel here, we have the home button, my task, and when we click on it, you can see the different tasks that you've been assigned to, your agenda, your work, and tasks that have been assigned to you, right? So we can also go to calendar to see if our schedule is free, and you can connect your Google Calendar or join your Outlook calendar waitlist. But basically, you can use your Google Calendar to view everything and make everything stay organized so you don't have schedule clashes. You also have Docs here, and this is where all your documents will be situated. Remember when we were setting up, we actually selected Docs and Wiki, and here you can see your company wiki, company home, knowledge base, and team hub. This is under your wiki. And then you have the timesheet. This is something we also added. So this is where you can time yourself while you're working. Timing yourself will help you to stay efficient and know the duration of each task And this can help you as a basis for improvement in speeding up your workflow. So all you need to do is add a task or start the timer. And at the top here, you can see my timesheet, and then you have all timesheets. So here, if you're having other students in your group working together in your ClickUp workspace, you'll be seeing their details here. And this keeps everyone in check to make sure everyone is pulling their weight. Then here we have the more option. And there are other functions here for you to work with, such as dashboards, brain, teams, forms, clips, whiteboards, and goals. These also serve as integrations too. And when we click on App Center, you can see other integrations, Google Drive, Google Calendar, Microsoft Teams, and you can go ahead and choose the category you're interested in order to select what's available right there. So under communication, you have other options. Even though you can actually communicate here on ClickUp, you can add Slack, Google Chat, Zoom, or any of these options that you're used to. So at this point, we've been able to show you how you can use ClickUp to define your workflow, create spaces, which could be likened to different subjects or projects which you'd like to have with your teammates. And within each space, you can have your workmates working with you. You're going to be seeing everything at a glance. We hope this helps you to work with ClickUp as a student, and we hope you go ahead and start using ClickUp to increase your productivity. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.